A big piece of breaking news coming in, and this is the biggest one in terms of the news that's come out over the Uniform Civil Code and the deliberations that have now been initiated on the part of the Law Commission. This is the biggest One India, One Law push ahead of the 2024 polls. Times Now had told you how the Law Commission has begun the process of consultations over a UCC. Now we get you the inside track of what's actually the blueprint going forward. Top sources in the Law Commission have now revealed that what will actually follow the 30-day consultation period that's now been initiated to secure feedback over a possible Uniform Civil Code that is being mooted. The Commission will consult stakeholders and analyze responses. The Commission will also draft its own report once all of these responses have been collated and then subsequently submitted to the Law Ministry. And at this stage, the Law Commission is not in a position to say if any additional recommendations will actually be made with respect to the drafting of a possible law and its implementation. Now, there are serious questions also being asked over the previous Law Commission report, which it said that at this point in time, a UCC is neither necessary nor desirable. And it's also very interesting as to what the current Law Commission has said about that particular stance. When specifically asked to whether or not that stance had changed, the Law Commission sources have told your channel that this is actually an ongoing process and that the previous Law Commission had never ordered the closure of consultations. The Law Commission had also said that various prevailing personal laws disprivilege women. Even in 2018, the then Law Commission had suggested a range of amendments to the existing laws and deemed appropriate to consult with the public and also religious bodies as to how these issues actually ought to be addressed. So let me in fact go across to Madhav Das Gopal Krishnan, our national editor, for more on this. Madhav, important clarifications coming on the part of the Law Commission. These are twofold. One, of course, is that there's no finality as to whether or not the Law Commission is going to propose a draft UCC because the consultation process is still on. And secondly, a rejoinder coming to certain arguments being posed by the Congress that the deliberations had been ordered to be closed by the previous Law Commission. The current Law Commission clearly has contradicted that.
Well, absolutely. And Siddharth, this is a very, very important news break that Times Now's legal editor Harish Nair has got for us, because his sources in the Law Commission have, come out and commented on at least 2 or 3 aspects of the, recent notice as far as the UCC is concerned, as far as the consultative process is concerned, the fact that they will be seeking suggestions for the next 30 days. Now, what is very important is, it has been confirmed that this particular process, it's following that amendments are likely to be suggested by the Law Commission to the government. And of course, what the government does and how it acts on those particular amendments or suggestions is something that is a matter that is to be seen as to how all of this really pans out over the consultative process. But what is very important is that when yesterday Jairam Ramesh had put out the statement of the Congress party vis-a-vis this development, alleging that it was a bid to polarize, so on and so forth, and that it was a political move, he had also mentioned or raised questions about how, when from 2016 to 2018, the Law Commission had previously approached this subject, had held detailed consultations with all the stakeholders, and when at that point of time the report was inconclusive, on what basis is this particular development taking place, and how is the Law Commission actually coming out to re-examine the Uniform Civil Code? So they had raised several questions related to the process and related to the priorities and why this was being done. Now, what the Law Commission has said is very clear. They have said that nowhere does the previous report, in any way say that there cannot be any more consultations. They have said that it's an ongoing process, and also talking about how discrimination against women is very much there, and there is a need, in fact, to bring out some kind of a code, some kind of regulation as far as the law is concerned to ensure that these kind of discriminations do not take place in society. More details on that, of course, Meghna will be sharing with us.
Yes.
She has that copy of that report as well.
Absolutely, Madhav. So let me in fact immediately go across to Meghna, who will take us through the details of what the 2018 report that had been put out by the Law Commission specifically had to say, not just about whether or not the UCC is desirable, but also the ongoing consultations in the matter. So yes, Meghna, take it away.
Well, absolutely, Siddharth. The reason why this is very important, even Madhav's alluded to it, is because the opposition has said that this is just a political gimmick ahead of the 2024 polls to push for the UCC. However, the inside sources that Times Now has spoken to in the Law Commission have said do not attribute any political reasons to us having this consultation process. The reason behind it, they have pointed to their earlier report. This report came in 2018. Very categorically, it says various aspects of the prevailing personal laws disprivilege the women. This commission is of the view that it is discrimination and not difference which lies at the root of inequality. In order to address this inequality, the commission has suggested a range of amendments to the existing family laws and also suggested codification of certain aspects of the personal laws so as to limit the ambiguity in its interpretation as well as application of these personal law. So all along,
absolutely,
they tell us...
I'm sorry, I just need to interrupt you there.